Okay, it looks like we are live on Facebook. Yay. Okay, hello everyone. Can everyone hear me and see me?
I can see and hear you.
Perfect. Hi, Dana.
Hi, how are ya?
Good.
Good.
All right, so let's hit record and get going. All right, good morning, everyone. I am Michelle with Savvy Women of Social Media, and today we are going to be talking about creating a social media plan. So I have a lot to cover. Feel free to type in your questions in the chat box, and then I will get to them. And then I'll open it up for questions at the end. So I'm going to mute you all if you're not already muted. Okay, perfect. So when I first meet with a client, I learn everything that I can when it comes to who they are as a person, who they are as a business, because that's going to help me guide them in the right direction when it comes to picking the right social media platforms. Because you'll hear me say down the road, not all social media is created equal. Not all social media is going to work for your type of business. So by getting to know them, that helps me guide them. Should they be on Facebook? Should they be on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever it may be? And it's really fun getting to know everybody. So no matter how much I know, though, I can't just jump in and manage their social media account. I have to create a social media marketing plan for them so that we have a direction of where we're going. So if you're starting from scratch, I'm sure it feels exciting and overwhelming. That's for sure. You know what you want to do and why, and you see others succeed, but then you try it and you're not really succeeding. So hopefully today with this, we'll be able to guide you with creating your social media plan. All right. So the first thing, and if you are a member of the social media group Savvy Women of Social Media, under the Units tab, let's see, that should be up there, or maybe under the Files tab. Let's see. Under the Files tab in the group, there is a PDF that you can download. It's called How to Get a Vision for Your Social Media. So if you haven't already downloaded that, feel free to do that, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about today, you can actually, it's like a little workbook that you can write in. So the first thing that I think you should really focus on, even if you've been on social media for a while, are your goals. What are your social media goals when it comes to either being on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or anything? You need a sense of direction. So yes, our goal is to make money, but how are you going to do that? What types of information can you share in order to get people to engage to make that money? Is it to grow your blog? Is it to get people to attend an event? Is it to get people to join a group? So you really want to know what your goals are and be very specific. Is it to increase traffic to your website? So if you are a blogger, you need to know if that's one of your goals. Let's see. And then the next thing that you need to worry about, I think, is who your target market is. And I used to be one of those people that said, oh, I could work with anyone, right? We all say that at the beginning. But as we grow in our business, we know who our target market is. So for me, I like to work with women who are of the older generation, because a lot of them don't understand social media. You know, we're growing up with it. I'm 42, but we're growing up and getting into the times and getting on social media. But the older generation has never had to worry about all of this, especially now with the coronavirus. A lot of them are getting on Zoom and doing, that type of stuff. So who is your target market? Do you like to work with small, medium, or large companies? For myself, I like small to medium. I like the intimate size of a small company. It's really easy to coach and go into companies and, and help them grow their social media. Do you sell to business or business to consumer? Now, for me, I can do both, really. So that doesn't really bother me. But are you male or female? Again, I like to work with female, especially business owners. I really love to work with business owners who are women. Is there a specific age range? Like I said, do they make a specific amount of money? Do they work in a specific field? So if you're only wanting to work with women who own businesses in the catering business, at least then you know who your target market is. So you need to know that, not only for your social media, but when it comes to your marketing as well. So understanding your audience is one of the most important aspects of any marketing plan. Figuring this out will help guide you to the social media platforms, again, that will work with your business. Now, when it comes to platforms, you want to do your homework first because, again, like I said, not all social media is created equal. And knowing who your target market is going to help guide you to who's on social media. Once you find out, though, then you want to focus on those platforms. And even though, for me, I like to start with anybody with LinkedIn. I think if you're a business owner, if you work for a company, you should have a LinkedIn profile. So I always start with that. But then you need to figure out, are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Twitter? Facebook, it is the older generation. So if that is your target market, then I highly suggest getting on Facebook and creating a Facebook page. Instagram, it's the younger generation. Twitter, I don't like it. It's too fast for me. It's very, in my mind, celebrity based. You can get away with not being nice on Twitter. I've never received, no matter how much I've used Twitter, and I have cut back some, but I've never received anything from Twitter. The platforms that I use that I receive a lot of clients from are LinkedIn and Facebook. I do love Instagram. I love sharing my personal side on there as well as business. Pinterest, I've never received anything from it, but if you're product based, you might do very well with Pinterest. And that's obviously women are more on that than men. And we're going to talk about when to share and who's on what in a minute as well when it comes to platforms. But then you want to know what your competitors are using. So do your homework, like I said. So if you follow, I like to follow Mari Smith, Kim Garst. I can't think of the other one. She left my mind, who does a lot with LinkedIn. But I follow a lot of social media people, and I see what platforms they're on and which ones they have a bigger following for. So you want to go see what your competitors are doing. Now I hear people say, oh, I don't consider this person a competition because they're a friend and we help each other out. And that may be true. But if they're in the same business as you, they're still your competitor. And you do want to think of them that way, and just see what they're doing on social media and see what's working for them. Let's see. So now we're going to take a look at tips for selecting social media. And if you want, a lot of this is on my blogs. So, so when it comes to planning your social media, I want you to think about it in a different way. Think about it like creating the blueprint to your dream home is how I talk about it. It's essential to create your dream home the right way, the way that it fits you, the way that you can work with it. When you design your dream home, it's designed to suit your preferences and your needs, right? So I want you to think of social media as the same way. There are people you want to attract and with whom you want to interact with. That means you need custom designed and inviting places where they feel comfortable connecting with you online. So each social network has its own culture, as you know, best practices, and purpose. You want to think of each social network you use as a different room in the house. So how are you going to decorate that room or use that space on social media? And what purpose is it going to serve? So we already talked about your goals and your target market and where your audience is. What type of content are you going to share? And we're going to dive deeper into that in a little bit, but make a list of things that you want to share, and have an Excel sheet or websites that you can bookmark, stuff like that. But we're going to dive into that a little bit later. But you do want to remember that 80-20 rule when it comes to content. 80% of your content should be educational, inspirational, motivational, something that people can get value from and able to engage with you. And then that other 20% should be about your business, sales, specials, discounts, selling your products and services. So you want to remember that 80-20 rule. Now, which platforms should you use? So LinkedIn we'll start with. You use it if you sell to business. That's really what LinkedIn is all about, businesses. It's the most overlooked social network out there. It's very credible and it demonstrates your expertise. You can share industry articles and general professional content. LinkedIn's sweet spot is among 30 to 49-year-olds, where 24% of the users are men versus 19% are women. And I believe those statistics have gone up. Facebook is good if you sell to business to consumer. It is definitely more fun and visual. As far as mobile users, excuse me, there are over 1.39 billion active users, and Facebook is the #1 social media platform out there. So you do have to remember that, whereas LinkedIn is the #1 business platform out there. 23% of users log in at least 5 times per day for Facebook. 70% of marketers use Facebook to gain new customers. And the most common age demographic, like I said, is the older generation. It used to be the younger generation, and then their parents and their grandparents got on. So now it is the for the older generation. And they do say more females are on Facebook than males. Highest traffic occurs midweek between 1 and 3 p.m. And according to Forbes, if you post at 7 p.m., it will result in more clicks on average than posting at 8 p.m. And on Thursdays and Fridays, engagement is 18% higher. And I can see that because Thursdays and Fridays, people want to get ready and start their weekend. So you want to share things that are more engaging and fun, maybe not business related. So Thursdays and Fridays I can see where they can get more engagement. Now, Twitter is good if you sell to business as well. It's very dynamic, visual, and fun. It's ideal for the younger market. 34% of marketers use Twitter to successfully generate leads. 80% active users are on mobile devices. There's more men than women on Twitter. The younger generation, like I said, is on Twitter. It is great for customer service. I know, and you may hear on the news that somebody tweeted an airline because they weren't having a great success with an airline. And if you tweet them and tag them, there are people that actually sit in front of a computer all day and look at those tweets and try to respond. So it is great for customer service. And it's an effective tool to build awareness and drive traffic to your website or blog. Pinterest is good if you sell to business to consumer. So if you have a product that you want to sell, I would highly suggest getting on Pinterest. And it's like creating an inspirational board. So instead of having those vision boards that, we create and put up, Pinterest is like a visual bulletin board is how I call it. And it's great for both business and personal use, more females than men. 67% of users are under the age of 40. 66% of users pin things that inspire them and can be an inexpensive way to position you or your company as a thought leader in your industry. And then the last one I have is Instagram, and that could also be good for business to consumer because Instagram is photo-based. It is mobile-based. You can really only use it on your mobile devices, and it is more visual and fun. I really like it just to share personal stuff. I do business on there and I have clients that have success with Instagram on there. It is owned by Facebook and not everybody knows that, but it is set for the younger generation. So you do want to realize that as well. So you got to remember that each network is unique when it comes to social media, just like a bedroom in a house. Like I said, each bedroom is unique. It has its own practices, its own style, its own language. The way you talk to people on Facebook may be different than LinkedIn, and your audiences are going to be different. So then you want to complete your profiles, and I'm going to actually share my screen and bring up my profiles on social media. Let's see, share screen. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen. Move that out of the way. Okay, good. So this is my Facebook business page. And when it comes to completing your profile, there is a lot of information that you can put in. So I usually start with settings first because there is templates that you can choose depending on your business type. So that's under settings. And under templates, you can choose between services, which is what I picked, business, venues, nonprofit, politicians, restaurants and cafes, shopping, video page, and just a standard. And if you click on view details, it's going to tell you the tabs that they give you. So when it comes to tabs, let me show you what those mean. So these things on the, let's try and get my red dot here, spotlight. There we go. These things over here, these are tabs. And if you remember when Facebook first came out, they used to be underneath here. So now they've moved them all to the left-hand side. So these are called the tabs. So depending on the type of template that you choose, each one is going to have different tabs. So for myself, I have services. And then these are the tabs that you can add and use the default ones. So like book appointment is from my Acuity scheduling software. I'm able to put that in and it works with Facebook. And then I have my offers tab. My events tab is pretty standard for each template, I would say. The about tab, the groups tab. So if you do have groups on Facebook that you've created and manage, add that to your Facebook page. I have a place for people to sign up for my newsletter. All the lives that I do or that you do will go in its own tab. Your videos, your photos, your posts, any notes. And then community is just the people that follow you. You can see what people are saying on your page. So if they comment on something or post on your page, that's where you will see that stuff. So then for completing your profile, you want to go to edit page info. Give it a short description, doesn't have to be long. Pick some categories, so whatever fits your business. Add your phone number, your website, your email. I just have my town, my city and zip code in here. But if you have a physical business, obviously you want to put your address. Your hours of operation, you want to make sure those are completed. And then under Impressum, I'm not sure exactly what they want there, but I've looked at other competitors and I've seen how they have used this area. So here I'm talking about me speaking at events and the topics that I include when it comes to speaking, because there was no really place to put that on my Facebook page. So I found a little area here to put that. You can link your other accounts, so LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. If you have a price range, put that in there. And then under products, put in all of your products that you have. And then that's everything under the edit page info. Then you want to go to the about section. And here again, you want to choose your main category. You can edit the name of your page, but you're only allowed a certain number of times where you can edit that. And then you want to have your username typically the same as the name of your page. Here's your business info. So founded in my business delivers. So this you choose from Facebook itself. So my business sells goods or services online, which I do. I have a course that I created, so I sell that online. Here is your mission. You can add that. And again, a lot of this may look different depending on the template you choose when you create your page. You can have personal interests. So I have that. And then again, all of my contact info they chose or they selected from the edit page info. Here's that description that you put in under the edit page info. Here's that impressum, founding date, biography you can add. So there's my biography. Any awards that you've won. And again, there's your products. And then I see a lot of people don't complete their story. So if you go back to your page, that area shows up on the front of your page, usually at the top underneath the cover photo. And that's what people will see. And if you don't complete it, people will see that blank. So try and complete that. Let's see, edit page. Let's see, where is that? Oh, just click see more and then edit story. So I have an image that I created in Canva and I have my information in there, just something short and sweet. Oh, I got to update that. My boy is now 9, not 7. So you can tell it's been a while since I've updated this. But then I have all my contact information in there as well. And then if you do work with any team members, you can add them and then some milestones. So you want to make sure that this is completed that way, because people are going to look at this when they come to your Facebook page to learn more about you, to see how you can help them, to see if you're going to be a good fit. They may look at this before they even go to your website. If they found you on Facebook first, they're going to look here and see what you're all about. So you do want to make sure that that's all completed. And then creating a cover photo. So this is something that I did in Canva and as well. And you can change this out all of the time, but make sure, so if you see I hit, I have learn more with an arrow, I want people to click that. So make sure when you upload your cover photo, go back in and add a description to it. I see a lot of people leave that blank, especially if there is a call to action there. You want to make sure that you complete that. So here I'm talking about my LinkedIn course. So I have my link front and center because let's go back. So before you hit the see more button here or option link, you want to make sure you have the important information up here. Because if they don't go any further, at least the link is there where they can learn more and go to register. So you want to make sure that you have all of that information there. And then I have the link again down below. But always add a description. And then your profile picture. Some people put a logo, which is fine, but I have my profile picture as my image. And then there's the name that you would have chosen. And then there's your username under here. So it's really important. And again, you want to think about, I didn't talk about this yet, but your keywords or phrases. You want to think about what those keywords or phrases are. Maybe look at some of the ones that you used on your website, because you do want to throw those into your about section and your story, because again, that's going to help with SEO, search engine optimization, when it comes to Google and somebody trying to find you. So that's really important. All right, next let's look at LinkedIn for that profile. Now there is a lot here. So for here, you are allowed to have a cover photo as well. So I created that in Canva. Your profile picture, your name, a headline that is going to speak to somebody. So when somebody does a search on LinkedIn, all they really see is your profile picture and your headline. So what is going to make them click that to learn more? So you want to have a headline, excuse me, that is going to speak to who you are, who you help, and how you help them. And then brag a little. So I have award-winning coach and that I'm a speaker because I do want to do more speaking. And also include those keywords and phrases in there as well. This used to be called the summary, but now they changed it to the about section. And a lot of people don't complete this. I believe the statistic is 42 or 45% of people who have this completed get more interaction, get more views, because this is the place to talk about how you help people, who you help, what you do. So you do want to complete that about section. This is the featured section. So this is like a, what do I want to say? I can't think what I want to say right now. Portfolio area. This is the place where you can showcase. I have a video introducing my business. I have my speaker profile and I have my services one sheet. So this is your portfolio. So you could have other things in there, especially if you sell products. You want to make sure your experience area is up to date and completed. And again, you can have things in a portfolio area. Now, something people ask, well, I do more than one thing for my business. How do I talk about that? So if you see, I have Savvy Social Media, but then I have that I'm a coach under that. I'm a social media corporate trainer. I'm the creator of my course, my LinkedIn course. I'm a speaker. I created this 30-day business challenge. So all of that is under Savvy Social Media. So it is okay because a lot of us wear a lot of different hats in our businesses. It's okay to separate all of those and put them in there. If you were ever on a board or sat on a chair, membership chair here for FemCity, I have that under my experience. I did create a mastermind. I was on the marketing committee for a few different areas. So you want to make sure that this tells your story of who you are as a business person. And again, it's how you can help them and what that business does. You want to complete your education. Volunteer experience is good to have because a lot of people like to see how you're involved in your community and what you've done. Skills and endorsements is an area that you can throw in all of those keywords and phrases that you think people are going to use to search for you. Because again, I just did a LinkedIn webinar, and LinkedIn's algorithm is very similar to Google's. So you want to think of it that way and have all of those keywords and phrases in this area and throughout your profile. You want to get some recommendations and give some as well. This is the accomplishments area. So any organizations you're a part of, any honors and awards, any publications that either have been written about you or that you have written is a good place to have that as well. So there is a lot of stuff to complete in here. I would say this is the most, out of all the platforms, this has the most information. So what you could do is start here. Like I said, I have a lot of people start on LinkedIn first and then just copy and paste to all the other social media platforms like Facebook or anything like that. So now let's go look at Twitter real quick. So this is my Twitter profile. Again, I don't use it that often, but I do want it to be up to date. So I have my cover photo, something I created in Canva, my headshot, my name, my username here, my bio. So I have award-winning social media coach and international speaker. Here you can have a little bit more fun with emojis. So I have married, mother, 2 fur babies, breast cancer survivor, and fibromyalgia fighter. And then you want to have a link to wherever you want people to go. So I have them going to my website. So in order to do all of that, you just click on edit profile. This is where you would update your profile picture and your cover photo, have your name, your bio. You are only allowed 160 characters, your location, your website, and then your birthday if you want it on there. And if you want it visible, you choose that as well. And then it's just really sharing information that can be of value and retweeting other people's things. And you can have fun on this. And again, other people are very successful on this. Kim Garst, who I follow is one of my social media influencers, she does a lot with Twitter. Mari Smith does a lot with Facebook. So they each have their own little niche. I love LinkedIn, and that's what I do a lot on. Then you want to look at Instagram. Now, again, that is mobile. That's where you do a lot of it. You can't share really anything from the desktop version, but you can edit your profile if you wanted to. There we go. So this is my username, Michelle Arbori, Savvy Social Media. And you can click on edit profile here. Now, instead of name, I want to give them a call to action. So instead of Michelle Arbori, I have follow for social media tips. Then here's my username. When it comes to, so if you look at your mobile Instagram app, you're only allowed one link, and that's in your bio. So what I created, oh, somebody just popped on, there we go. So what I created was a page on my website. So instead of always changing out the link, so let's say you're promoting an event 1 week, and then 2 weeks later, you're promoting a blog post. 2 weeks later, you're promoting a product. So I went on my website and I created a link under my website, just Instagram links. So when I do post something, I can just hit or say in my content, click the link in my bio. So here they can look for the LinkedIn course if I'm talking about that. Join my Facebook group, read my blog, schedule a 30-minute discovery session, get access to my resource library, work with me, and hire me. So depending on what I'm sharing business-wise, I'll just say, click the link in my bio and look for that information on that page. And then when they click, so let's say I did a blog post, this is gonna bring them directly to my blog. So again, you're only able to post one link that is clickable in Instagram. So if you can create another page on your website, I suggest you do that. There are other third-party options like Linktree, I think is one that I was using, but that doesn't really bring them to my website. It goes to Linktree first and then to my website. I want them to go directly to my website. Here's for the bio. So again, you can have fun with emojis in your bio, your email, your phone number. And now this is a business account, which I'm going to give you the link for on how to create a business account on Instagram. So this may look a little bit different when if you don't have a business account on Instagram. So here's my profile then. So there's that bio, there's that link. You can put hashtags in your bio. These are your highlights, which are stories. So after 24 hours, your story disappears, but you can save them and have them last longer by creating highlights. And then here's all of my posts. So Instagram is more fun, I think. I like using it for personal, but I do throw some business on there. And then the last one is Pinterest. Again, I haven't received anything business-wise from this, but I love to go on it and look for recipes and stuff like this. But one of the things I'm asked all the time, and same thing with Facebook, Instagram, can I combine both personal and business? I say yes, because when it comes to social media, you want to gain that know, like, and trust, which you're probably tired of hearing me say, but gain that know, like, and trust and show that there's a human being behind your brand. And that's really important when it comes to social media. So for my Pinterest, I have all of my business stuff first. So I have my blog. So when I do blog, I do share to this. I have all social media, LinkedIn, Instagram. I have all of that stuff first. Then after that, I start sharing personal stuff like a breast cancer board, fibromyalgia. I don't care if somebody sees that I'm a Lucille Ball fan or that I love purses and shoes and clothes and my favorite color is red and my favorite music. That's giving people a chance to get to know me and who I am as a person. And if I share, let's say I share a pin for favorite music, and somebody clicks on it, that's going to bring them to my Pinterest account and they're going to want to scroll through more of my boards to see what else I like and what I do. So I say share both personal and business when it comes to Pinterest, and it's okay on Instagram. I share a lot of personal stuff on there. I'm pretty much an open book. Yes, there are certain things that I don't share, but I'm pretty much an open book. So when it comes to editing your profile on Pinterest, just click on edit profile, have your display name, your username, if it's available, your bio, your website. You can select your country and include your phone number if you want. Again, if you're a retailer or have a shop, include your address. And then featured boards. Make your best ideas the first ones people see. And the featured board is this up here, as well as this. So this is the featured. So when it comes to your activity page, when people come to your activity page, they're going to see the boards that you want them to see, and you're able to choose up to 5. So I start with my blog board. And then this is my blog board up here. So they don't allow you to create, I don't believe, unless they've changed it. I don't even see where to edit it now. I don't believe that they allow you to create a cover photo like all the other ones. So oh, here we go. Oh, you are able to upload an image or a video. So that's new. So you can create a cover image for here, but I just chose a board and I want people to see my blog board, and that's what shows up there. So it's a lot when it comes to completing your profiles, but that's all part of creating that social media plan. Because if you don't have these completed, what are people going to find? How are they going to know if they want to work with you or not? So that's really important to take the time, maybe each week, focus on a different profile. Start with LinkedIn, then Facebook, then Instagram. Are you going to use them all? No. But I do suggest creating an account for each one, because then you're taking that name. So there is another Michelle Arbori. She's my sister-in-law. My brother-in-law married another Michelle. So I wanted to make sure that with the ones that I was using my name for, I wanted to have that account. And then also Savvy Social Media. I didn't want anybody else to have that name. So I made sure that I created an account for each profile, for each platform, and then I know that they're mine. Again, you may not use all of them, and that's okay. All right, so then after all of that, you want to strategize. You want to write things down. So write down your monthly goals. So at the beginning, we talked about your main goals for social media. Now you want to make monthly goals for your social media. Create a list of things you need to share that month. So are you launching a new product? Are you launching a course? Are you going to have a sale or a special? Do you want to take each month and talk about a service that you provide? What else? There's just different things that you can make a list of and share each month. What is important for you this month? This is where your goals are going to be important. Your content is a part of that strategy. Your content is going to support your overall monthly social media goals. So you can create all of this content ahead of time, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. All right, let's see. Okay, so what I do for each client is I create a resource list. And how I do that is I save everything under bookmarks. So under bookmarks, now I use Google Chrome. I have a folder for each client. And I have resources of where I can grab information from that I know that their audience will like, it will provide value. So when it comes to me creating content for them each month or each week or whatever, I am always coming here first when it comes to looking for content. So that's how I do it. Create a secret board on Pinterest. So since I have this up, you can do that. Now, secret boards mean nobody else can see them but you. So when it comes to blogging ideas for myself, sorry, I have a lot of boards on here. Okay, so here's my secret boards. Your secret boards show at the very end, and again, only you can see them. But I have a blogging ideas board, newsletter ideas, ideas for my website, and then I have a board for clients. And then if I see something, I pin it to this board, and then when I am looking for content, I can always come here first as well and click that and see where it takes me and see if it's still relevant to them. So that's easy to do as well. All right, so some of the things that you can share: motivational quotes. You can create a graphic if you want in Canva. Videos, so you can do tips, you can do how-tos. People love how-to videos. You can do stuff like this, Facebook Lives. Articles written by you, so your blog posts. Articles written by other people. You can offer a freebie or offer that gets people to subscribe to your list. It's really important to have a list so that when I do create a new blog and put it out there, I then send a newsletter to my list telling them, hey, I got a new blog post. This is what it's about. Click here to learn more. And it's bringing them to my website. I talk about my Facebook group in the newsletter. Ask questions on your social media. Promote your business, but remember that 80-20 rule. Have testimonials, and you can get those from LinkedIn with those recommendations. Just create maybe a little image on Canva so it looks professional and eye-catching, and then share that. Show the human side of your brand, like a behind the scenes look behind your business, what you do for a typical work day. What do you do? Again, family photos, and now that it's getting nicer out, it's okay to share that you're outside. And then helpful tips. So how to share your content. Let's see. All right. So what I do is I use Hootsuite. Let me log in. There we go. Okay, now I have the paid version, but if you do a search on Google and just do Hootsuite free, you will find the free version. So, so again, mine might look a little bit different, and I'm not sure with the free version how many social media profiles you're allowed to have. Let's see, chat. Do you use a business account on Pinterest? I do not. I have the just personal one. Yeah. Like LinkedIn people, there's the paid version and the free version. I use the free one there as well. If it works for you, great. If you want to try the paid versions, I'm sure they give you 30 days to try. Go ahead and try it and see what they offer different than the free versions. But no, I don't pay for social media, anything like that. But I do pay for the paid version for Hootsuite, and I also have the paid version for Canva, which I can show you as well. So they do say for Facebook, so let's go back to my business page. You actually, because Facebook can ding you, they don't like you using third-party tools to schedule your posts. So now see now they changed it, under publishing tools on your Facebook business page, you actually want to schedule all of your posts directly on Facebook. So I go under scheduled posts and then I hit create post. I put in my content, any links that they may link to, any photos that I need to upload. So you do want to schedule directly to your Facebook business page. Otherwise, you might not get as much engagement if you use Buffer or Hootsuite or Tailwind or whatever. But all the other social media platforms, I schedule right from here. So I have LinkedIn. I have Instagram. You can schedule to Instagram. You don't always have to be on your phone when it comes to using Instagram. Those are great for, hey, you know, I'm on Instagram now and I want to share this. But if you want to schedule things like I do for my clients, I'll come to this client here. I have a bunch of scheduled stuff. I create all of my images in Canva, but I schedule it all out for the month. And then I use Twitter as well. You can schedule here. And then I'm assuming this is only for the paid version, but I don't know for sure. You can actually use Tailwind in Hootsuite and schedule to Pinterest. And not everybody knows you can schedule to Pinterest. Again, I don't know if that's part of the paid version or the free version. You're probably going to have to research that. But create your images, however you create images, put in your content and schedule it. So that's how I do all of my automation. So what I do for clients and sometimes for myself, I'm usually just schedule, I post whatever when I see it for my business. But for clients, at the end of every month, so actually now this week, I'll start working on my clients' content for July. But then during the weeks, I'm still interacting for them. But at least I get all of their content scheduled and put out there, and all of their images are created as well. And then you want to make sure you're engaging with everything. So if somebody comments on a post, make sure you comment back, even if it's just a simple, hey, thanks for that thought. But you want to engage, because in order for your post to get seen more, especially in Facebook, because they do make it very hard for your post to get seen, you want to have that engagement. You want to have those likes, those comments, those shares, those hearts, whatever on Instagram. The more engagement you get, the more easier you're going to be seen on social media, no matter what platform you're using. So you do want to make sure that you're getting that engagement. So that's it for now, but there are a few things that I wanted to share with you. When it comes to creating images, I have on my blog the Essential Social Media Image Size Cheat Sheet. And it's all broken down by platform, but you can also download it. And let me see, I don't know if I can include, let me go back to the group here and see if I can include these links. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. And make sure you're asking questions. I know this is a lot, and I'm probably going to open it up around 11:30, and then we can chat. But if I go to, here we go. So this is the link to the social media image size checklist, and I'll put that, and you can print that out. So there's that. But if you like to read, this is the blog post, and it's broken up by category again. So for Facebook, I show you the cover photo, the profile image, business page stuff, shared images, same thing for LinkedIn. So all of that is there for you. But if you use Canva, they already have the sizes for you. That's what I love about Canva. It's very easy to create these images. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you. For creating a Instagram business account, if you don't already have one, I will include this link as well. So there's that. And then we didn't really talk about when to post. I get this question all the time. A lot of this is going to be you trying it yourself, but these are days and times that people have researched. I have researched and I see work for me as well. Before I even put this document out there, I always test them first. Now for Facebook, you can look at your Facebook insights and see, oh, wrong one, sorry. And then see when your audience is on. So if you go to the top of your page and click on more, if you don't see it up here, click on more and click on insights. And these really tell you a lot. But to see your days and times of when your audience is on, you want to go to posts. And this will tell you all the days. And if you just hover over each one, you'll see the time. Now this is Pacific time. So I'm in New York, so they're 3 hours behind, I believe, Rochester, New York. We're Eastern. So when I'm scheduling for my clients, I look at the days. So let's say they come out with a new blog post. I want to schedule it on the day that their audience is on, as well as the time. And a lot of their audience and a lot of people, I would say, they're on at 8, 9 o'clock at night. I have some clients come to me when I first start working with them and they're like, why are you scheduling things at 9 o'clock at night? Well, that's when your audience is on. So just by hovering over each day, you can see the specific times. So on Tuesdays, they're on about, I would say 2 o'clock. If I did, trying to find a night one, because usually my audience is on at night. So here, so a Saturday, they're on, so 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. They're on at 9 o'clock. So it's really important to know, you know, yes, you can try, where is it? All of this out as well, but always look at your insights of when your audience is on. Now, if you're on Instagram, go to that app. And if you have a business account, so if you go to your insights on Instagram, so it's actually under your profile, and then you're going to click these 3 little lines up here. Now this is a Samsung, and then you're going to click on insights and you're going to click on audience. This will show you, so you have options for days down here. And then if you click on hours, it shows you the hours that they're on. So that's important too when it comes to scheduling or sharing things. So that's really important to look at those insights. Twitter insights, they don't really have any. Pinterest, and they don't really have any. And LinkedIn definitely doesn't have insights. So when it comes to knowing when to post to your audience, look at your Facebook and Instagram insights. Otherwise, try these times. And I will put that in as well. Times to share to social media. So there is that. Okay, I'm going to shut these before we talked about that one and that one. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about. So people are always saying, oh my God, I don't know what to share. And this is another blog post that I put out there, which I'll share in the comments. This I created and it took me a while, but it's the ultimate holiday marketing calendar for this year anyways. I'll be updating it. And this is part of working from home.
I need to check on my mom.
All right, go on. I'm almost done. Go.
Yeah, because I looked at the clock. She said been done by now.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Because I was getting
This is Mikey, if everybody doesn't know Mikey. All right, go watch TV.
Yeah, and here's something funny.
Oh, boy.
So I got that fruit from yesterday that I was going to eat all, the 2 hot dogs and that stuff. And then I'm going downstairs
Uh-huh.
and I have it, and I have that bowl on top of that plate. Then I
All right, it's time to go.
no, then
Go
then
on. Nobody
it
wants to
spills.
hear that. Oh,
That all
buddy.
but I cleaned it
Oh.
up. But I cleaned it up.
All right, go. Oh boy, the joys of working from home. We were doing so good. We made it an hour without interruption. Dana knows. All right. So I'll be updating for 2021 probably soon because this took me a while. But this is the ultimate holiday marketing calendar. And it's an Excel sheet. So you can download this here. So if you're stuck, there's a holiday for everything. So if you're stuck on what to share one day or 1 week or whatever, print or go download this and you'll have something to talk about. And I'm sure if you do a Google search for an image, you will find an image to share with it. So let me share this with you as well. So this will help you with your content. Holiday calendar. So there's that. Okay, I think I covered everything. So I know it's a lot, but I think I did it all. Want to make sure. So just to recap, you want to think about your social media goals and what is your purpose on being on social media and what do you want your audience to get from you being on social media? Who's your target market? Which platforms your audience are on, and look at your competitors. What else? Complete all your profiles and then start strategizing and engage and listen when it comes to what your audience is talking about and what types of questions they're asking. Another thing when it comes to content, think about people's pain point. Why are they looking for you? Why are they working with you? What are they coming to you for? That could be content for a blog post. That could be content for social media. And if you do blog, create content just from this stuff. I can create 4 or 5 different pieces of content just from a blog post. So if you do blog, create that content from here. So that's always, different ways to come up with content. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to stop sharing for now. Let's see, stop share. Okay. So I'm going to unmute you all and let's talk and answer some of your questions. Are you all unmuted? I think so. Okay. So who has any questions?
I don't have any questions, but this was so good. I mean,
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
just, you know what, just even the Facebook part, because as you're talking, I'm doing it, and I realized I never touched any of those tabs. I just never put anything on them. And I'm not very good at social media. And it was like, I am missing opportunities.
Yes.
So, if nothing else, you have given me a little kick in the behind to start going beyond just do your post on social media and take advantage of everything else where I should be putting information. So,
that's
I tell you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you were able to join. I haven't seen you I haven't heard from you in a long time.
I know. I mean, it's just, life's been crazy with the books and everything. But, at the same time, I'm trying to take advantage of webinars like yours because you're hitting my weak areas, which is social media. I'm in that age bracket of being over 60, and I just don't get it, or I know I don't get it. So I am, your webinars are just incredibly useful. So I really appreciate that.
That made my day. And I think now is the perfect time to be doing this because I don't know, I forget where you live, Nancy, and what stage you are with reopening, but businesses are still not open and people are still working from home or out of work. And I think getting their social media profiles up to par now is the perfect time because especially if you were let go from a job and you're going to be looking for a job, LinkedIn is really, really important. And now is the time to get that profile looking more professional. And if one thing I can share, because I know a lot of kids have graduated now, and I don't know who has kids here, talk to your kids about what they share on social media. I've heard so many stories recently. And we were talking about something one day. I was talking with some friends, and one of her kids did not get hired because of something they shared on Facebook. And people don't believe that recruiters or business owners are looking at that stuff. Even as a business owner, I'm very careful with what I share to the public and what I keep private. And still, some of the things I keep private, I don't share crazy things. I want you to see that I have a fun side and a human side, and I love to drink wine, and, but I'm not doing keg stands or, whatever these kids do nowadays. And I really, hopefully by the time this coronavirus is all done, I don't know how schools are going to be in the fall, but I would just love to get in and teach these seniors that you got to be careful with what you post, because it's going to hurt you. And even as, like I said, as a business owner, you got to be careful as well. But I think now is the perfect time to work on these profiles for sure.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all your great information.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments or concerns? Ask me anything.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On my Facebook business page, my posts are public. And what I've noticed is, when people like the posts that I put on there, I always look to see who likes it, so that if there's people that I don't know, I can invite them to like the page. But what I've noticed is that a lot of times the invite button will be there, but they're for people that already like the page. Is this like a glitch in Facebook?
Possibly, because I haven't noticed that. So when I manage a bunch of Facebook pages, and again, I do the same thing. If you look under notifications, it'll say so-and-so liked this. Help them see more posts by inviting them. I usually just hit the invite. It's usually blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that problem.
Yeah. I noticed actually on both of the business pages that I manage, not just my personal one, but the financial planning page also. And I'm always like, well, geez, that's interesting. This person already likes the page. Or I wonder if it's
is it a blue button or is it grayed out?
And a follow. Let me pull one up here.
Yeah, because if it's a blue button, they don't already like the page. But if it's a gray button, they've already liked the page.
It's gray.
Then they've already liked it.
So it'll say, it says invite, but it's in gray.
Yes. So if they haven't already liked the page, it's going to be a blue button. And then you click that invite button and they'll get a notification that you invited them to like the page. Yeah. Okay. And now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Because now there's other people on there where it's kind of grayed out and it says liked.
Yep. So invite means you've already invited them to like the page. That's what it is. I see what you're saying. So the gray invite button means you've already invited them to like the page. They just haven't liked it yet.
That's interesting. Now, should I invite again?
You can't through there, but let me share my screen again.
Here, maybe I can show you a
So let's go back to my page. So what I typically do is maybe once a month or so, I'll come to my page and just invite friends, and whoever hasn't liked it already, I'll just invite them to like it.
Right.
That's typically what I do. So I'll just hit invite right now. But I know what you're saying. So let me go to one of my pages that I manage. Let's use this one. Where's that one she just posted? This one. So let's see. So if I pull this one up.
I just shared a screenshot of what I'm looking at.
Okay.
You can see it. Yeah, it's kind of like what you see right there.
Yep. Oh, I gotta download it. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
No.
So you have, so those that have liked it are showing
already
in here.
highlighted. The other ones are those that you've already invited to like the page.
But they haven't liked it yet,
Correct.
is what you're saying.
Correct. So let me see if I can open.
So then how are they seeing what I post?
Somebody may have shared it, or they're finding your page and just scrolling to see what they like.
Okay.
All right, so Lori. So yeah, you should be able to click invite again.
Mm-hmm. But if I go to, now where did you go to see who, oh, you went to invite friends, right?
Invite friends, yep. So like this one.
Because I swear some of these.
Yes, so
people
here,
are
okay. So this Mari Gilman, she hasn't, so she hasn't liked this yet. So I would hit invite and now it'll show invited.
Okay.
This one, Christopher. And I actually do this for my clients. I will see a post of somebody, of all these likes,
Mm-hmm.
and now it'll say invited or liked.
Now see if I go to invite my friends to like the page, some of those are checked off as already having liked it.
Yep. So
Okay.
they're pulling from your personal friends list.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. These are all your personal friends list. So
Yeah.
again, you'll see liked, and then you'll see a circle like this one. You'll see a circle
Mm-hmm.
for somebody who hasn't liked it yet. And I'll usually do this once a month for my page. For my clients, they have to do it themselves because then they're using their friends to like it.
Right, right. Okay.
So yeah, so I'll typically do this once a month and then just hit send invites.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt to do that
Okay,
because then I usually get some follows again.
right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Any other questions? That's it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Any questions? So do you guys have a social media plan? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. So to speak.
Oh, that's funny.
Social media dream, would that work?
Well, you need some kind of plan. So you're just
Well, I mean,
doing it off the
I
cuff.
do things. I do post to social media. I'm getting in, I'm getting better at using hashtags and everything.
Good.
I just don't think, for one thing, I know I don't interact as often as I should. So, that's definitely a failure. I'm not an interactive person.
Okay.
So
one thing you
that makes it a
can,
little tricky.
one thing they say that you should do is definitely you can interact as your page if you want to. Let me see if I can show you how to do that. There used to be an easy way to interact as your page. And now I don't know where it is. But I would say go to other pages or maybe influencers that you follow that you want to get in front of and just start interacting on their page. Comment on their things. Especially, I blogged for your website, right, Nancy?
I think you have, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so,
you may have contributed to one of my writing books.
Yes. Okay. So let's say I am looking for places to blog on and I follow whoever. I want to start interacting with them on social media. So that's one way to get in front of people. But then, yeah, if somebody comments on something, you don't want to just let it be. So if you're walking in a street and somebody says, "Hi, Nancy," and you just keep right on walking.
Mm-hmm.
right? So you want to think about, you would actually stop and talk to that person. So you want to think about engaging on your social media the same way. If somebody likes your post, you don't have to worry about it, but you don't want to leave those comments either on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever, wherever they're commenting. You don't want to leave them just, hanging. Again, you want to gain that know, like, and trust, even if it's just a, hey, thanks for your comment. Quick and easy, takes 2 seconds.
Okay.
I do that for my clients as well. I'll engage for them unless it's something, they have a question that I can't answer. I'll say, I'll make sure to send this to so-and-so and get back to you as soon as we can. So, yeah, you do want to make sure that they know you saw the post and that you're working on whatever that problem may be.
Okay.
Yep. What about you, Dana? Do you have a plan?
I do not have a plan.
So how are you doing it right now? Just off the cuff?
Yes, that's exactly how I'm doing it.
You're working from home too.
Yeah, at that company.
I know how that is.
Always at the wrong time too.
Hey, I'm surprised he lasted an hour, my son. Hi, bud. Hi. Yeah, I'm surprised mine lasted an hour. Right to the nose. Till 11:30, he was in here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm just doing things off the cuff right now and kind of learning as I go,
How do you find your content?
Some of it I just kind of create on my own, but that's what I'm trying to figure out how to do, how to get better at. I could always find stuff that I can share, inspirational stuff, the holiday things like you've done before. I find articles to share, but creating my own is what I'm trying to get better at.
And it takes time, trust me. I'm in social media and I still get stuck sometimes about what I'm going to share, what I'm going to say for clients.
Yeah.
And it is tough. Like, I know this week I should be starting to work on my client's social media, and I'm getting in that mind frame. And I think having those bookmarks or that list of resources of where to go, that really does help when it comes to looking for content. It really does.
Yeah.
I use those, and I'm always finding new pages or new sites all the time for them. So I'm sharing from different things each month, but that really is an easy way to help with content for sure.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it really does help. All right. So if you guys don't have any what other topics do you think you guys would want me to talk about for virtual coffees? I was going to put a poll in the group. See, asking questions is a way to engage. And I know you do this well, Dana, in your group too. So, but what other ideas would you want to hear me talk about more? What do you struggle with most when it comes to social media?
I struggle with attracting new people to like private groups.
Okay.
And not going to my personal connections.
Okay. I'll start with this. Do you have an email list?
No.
Okay. Why? Not to put you on the spot.
I can't figure out how to create one.
Okay. No, that's good.
Yeah, so add that to your list of topics too.
Okay.
So when you're in the private group, you can have your list of questions.
Yep.
And I have that, and it includes an email address.
Mine does too, but they don't always fill it out.
They don't, yeah, but I have not received any. And then I was told recently that if you invite people to like the page, they don't get the questions.
Correct. Yep.
So I don't know how to invite people or promote it so that people are receiving the questions so I can start building the email list.
So on your website, do you have like a free offer to give away?
I don't have a website.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I was gonna say you gotta have them. Because really with social media, it's about directing people back to your website or to your website, not back, but
Mhm,
directing
mhm.
people to your website so
Right.
that they can get those free offers. And even if you don't have a website, there's a way to create free, like that, the, now my mind is going blank, the image size checklist. That took me maybe 20 minutes to create in Word. I saved it as a PDF.
Mhm.
That could be a giveaway. That could be a free offer that you can give.
Right.
But and I that's a good idea. I use MailChimp for my list.
Okay.
But then the let me see if I can find one and share my screen again. On my homepage, like here, this is not that one, but this pop-up is something I created through Aweber, and that collects people's name and email. And that's the offer I am trying getting people to register for. So just creating something simple like an ebook is a great way to grow your list. I think that's I can teach on that. Aweber and Aweber is a paid version. MailChimp, if you get, I believe, past 2,000 contacts, you have to pay for, but otherwise MailChimp is free.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. What about you, Nancy? Anything that you would want me to talk about?
I think the whole mailing list thing, I mean, I do have a website. I do use MailChimp in that. I have a newsletter for writers, but the biggest problem I have is getting more people to subscribe. I mean, I tried, doing specials with my books. That really didn't generate a whole lot of signups. And, I know other people have, mailing lists with lots of people. And I must be missing something in how I'm doing it or what I'm offering to really encourage. And it's not like as if I'm going to be bombarding you daily, emails, because quite frankly I don't have the time. But I'm just not able to get more subscribers to my mailing list, and I know how critical that is, considering I want to publish more books. So yeah, if you can kind of explore something along those lines, just some different options. So.
Yeah, I can definitely show you what I've done. I've actually grown my Facebook group through an email list, as well as sharing it on social media. But definitely, every time I talk about the group on my email list, I get new people to join. But I think having that list is really important. I get people to register for my free offers, come to my events online. So I think having that list is really important. And then, yeah, I can definitely do a video on creating an email list and the things that I've used, and then attracting people to a Facebook group. I was also thinking, because I talk about Canva a lot now, doing a video or video virtual coffee on just using Canva.
Oh, that'd be good.
I think that would be.
I love Canva, but I could certainly stand to learn more about it.
Okay, great. Well, these definitely, because I started these virtual coffees hoping that I would get people on them. And the first one, I didn't have anybody. But now as they're going every other week, I really enjoy doing these virtual coffees. And so, yeah, I'm thinking every other week, do a virtual coffee with a different topic. And these could be great for July. Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Any other questions?
This was great, Michelle. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm glad you guys were able to join.
Hi.
All right, stop.
Hi, honey. What was his name? What was his name again?
Mikey.
Mikey. Hi, Mikey. You're how old now?
9.
12. Oh, you're not 9. Oh,
let's not rush it, Nancy.
You look so grown up.
There's 2 Nancys on this call.
Well, one is her computer, one is her phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I like your shirt. That is a totally cool shirt. So, and thank you for letting your mom talk to us. She was very helpful. She taught me a lot.
Oh, thank you. He's still in his PJs. I wish I was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And if you need the playback, it's in the group. And if you have any other questions, make sure to comment.
Great.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.